Hello guys, and welcome back to another and one of the first ever Marching Fire for Honor Hero builds video. Today we're doing and covering the Warlord, and what mode we're going over is for Dominion. So as you can see, I got a Rep 24 Warlord, and you can see the feats kind of from right there if you know what they are, and I have 3 perks activated. So we're going to go ahead and get into his perks. First and foremost, the 3 perks I suggest for Dominion on the Warlord is Shield Up, Bastion, and Vengeful Barrier. Now I'm going to explain each one and the reason why I use them. Shield Up I use because upon respawn or being revived, you receive a 15% health shield. So every time you respawn in the game, especially when you start, you got a health shield that's 15% health basically. Now I use this. This is already more than what you get from Bulk Up. As you can see, Bulk Up is a renowned perk at the bottom with the guy kind of flexing. And what it does is it increases your maximum health by 4 times 4. Basically, you get 4 health per renown level. And a renown level is when you unlock a feat. And you notice you have 4 feet, so that's 4 increases. That's 12 health in total. Just Shield Up alone is already more health than Bulk Up, and Bulk Up you have to wait until you get all of your feats unlocked to actually have the whole benefit of Bulk Up. This is why I do not use Bulk Up and do not suggest it for Dominion. Now remember, that's Shield Up. Now going on the Bastion, I choose this over Last Stand or Fresh Focus because half the time when you are going to be out of stamina, you might have teammates there to back you up. You probably have backup by the time you are out of stamina. You might get revenge and you don't even need to worry about it. Half the time when you play often and you start learning to cool down between attacks to have a good balance between stamina where you're not exhausted, you'll be fine. On top of Last Stand, winning critical health, gain 20% damage resistance. That is nice, but you're only going to benefit from it whenever you're basically in your 1 life bar segment. That's the only time it's really going to activate. So therefore, Bastion for Dominion seems the best way to go for damage resistance, because you can go to your zone, you can go attack a zone, you can contest a zone. No matter what zone you're in, once you hit the zone, you're going to see a little icon that shows the shield on top, showing you that you are gaining damage resistance. And I'll go ahead and show that here. So this is me using the Warlord when I had Vengeful Barrier and Bastion. As you can see, I don't have the shield that I start with because I didn't have that perk yet, but the Bastion perk is activated. As soon as I ran into the zone, if you notice, I got a blue little shield icon. I can step out of it again, and it's gone. Step in, it appears again. What that means is Bastion is in use. It means that you're going to gain 10% damage resistance as long as you are in a zone. That's just an example I want to show for you guys. Now here's another clip that I want to show you where Vengeful Barrier comes in. Now this is the one where you gain a 25 health shield upon exiting Revenge. So as you see, I'm getting ganked by 3 players. Pop my Revenge. I have my damage resistance already activated because of Bastion, and I'm just able to take in those hits. Now I just exited Revenge. Now you see that 25 health shield on top of my body. It's allowing me to basically have double the bar of health that I already have, so I'm gonna last longer. And because of it, I get another Revenge, and I'm gonna go ahead and slay these fools, as you can see here. Just wanted to go ahead and let you guys enjoy this little fight real quick since I had you in here anyway. But look at how much that shield helped me. I would have been dead if I didn't have that shield now. And I get help. And that's that. See how awesome that is? That's why I choose these perks over Bulk Up for sure. Let's get back to the build now. And now, last but not least, the other perk I suggest going for is Shield Up. As you notice, we just started the match and I have 1 full bar, which is the 15 shield you start with, which shields up. So you get this shield over your health, stacked with the one you get out of Revenge if you still regain it when you get out of Revenge and you get revived, or you have it that long, you don't get hit, you get Revenge. You'll have this shield stacked, but regardless of that, you also get this shield if you get slain and a teammate revives you. You're gonna have another little bar of shield upon revival, so it's a little more health crease. Like I said, in my opinion, these health shields, even the Shield Up one, the little one you see there, that 15 health shield that was 1 bar, That is going to give you more than what bulk up would in health. Health, bulk up times 4 is only 12 health. 12 health is less than that 15 plus shield you see there. So that so far is my perk system and choices for the Dominion build. Let's go ahead and get into the feats now. Coming back from that, as you notice, there was a shield icon appearing every time I was in the zone. What that shield icon means is that you're getting your 10% damage resistance from Bastion while you're in that zone. Going on to Vengeful Barrier. Vengeful Barrier is another one that will stack onto your 15% health shield. So if you respawn or you get revived, you got to a zone, you have full health, you have that 15% health shield, people are fighting you, whatnot. Let's say they don't hit you, you're parrying and you're blocking so good. You're being a good turtle, whatever. You're being defensive when you're getting ganked. You go into revenge, you come out. You can have a stackable shield of 40 above your health just from having shield up and Vengeful Barrier activated at the same time. Now that rarely happens, but despite that rarely happening, whenever I do get my health taken down a little bit, whatever, and I get revenge, I go heal. I have whatever I have left of the health shield if I didn't just kill the enemy after I got out of revenge. So I'll have a 25% health shield or less plus full health when I go heal. You'll see this benefiting you a lot more than any of the other perks that you see here for Dominion. That's it for the perk side of the build. Now let's go ahead and get into the feats. Now as far as feats, I choose Deadly over Rush and Speed Revive because in Dominion it's more about holding down your zones and taking over other people's zones, and when you're in a group or by yourself you want to be able to dish out as much damage and keep your points sustainable. This is going to help you more than Rush would. Rush, yes, you can trigger it. Remember, it's a trigger. It's not a passive. Deadly's a passive, so it's always activated. Trigger, you don't have to. You use it to run. You can probably use it to get to other zones or to your zone or to back up somebody in quick, short amount of times. But again, to me, having more damage over more speed to get to a zone is going to benefit you way more. Your lights are going to hit harder than other players without Deadly using light. Speed Revive is nice, but taking into account we are playing Dominion, so reviving your teammates shouldn't be your number one priority. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. You want to be able to hold your ground, have your teammate be able to revive and come back and back you up if you can't revive them. Now, if you can revive them or it's breaking time, this is when Speed Revive would be really nice. I'm not saying you reviving your allies isn't important, but it's not as important as you dying trying to do it, is my basic opinion, is what I'm trying to get across. So Speed Revive, take into account your teammates dying isn't giving the teammates points. It's not allowing them to stop them from ever coming back again. They get to respawn as many times as you guys need to respawn until the other team or your team breaks. Therefore, Speed Revive isn't the most important feat in my opinion. In the first slot, you want to go with Deadly. Moving on to the second feat, I suggest Flesh Wound over Juggernaut and over Bear Trap. Reason why that is on top of your damage reduction 10% that you get for Bastion's perk being in a zone. Let's say you're not in a zone. Let's say you're out wandering, or let's say you're on B. You still want to sustain some kind of damage reduction. This is a moderate damage reduction every 3 seconds. What that means is when somebody hits you, it's active until somebody hits you. That hit you took got moderate damage reduction from it. You have to wait for 3 seconds for it to activate again. That's what 3 seconds mean for Deadly and Flesh Wound. The reason why I use that over Juggernaut is because Juggernaut is temporarily. A lot of people are used to people using this now. You get armor on all your hits. People cannot guard break you unless it was like a faint combo guard break. They can't just normal guard break you. And you get high damage reduction. The thing is, you're very slowed. And when you activate this perk, which I wish they would take off so people don't notice, you get shields around you during the time you activate it. So having that temporarily and slowing you down and somebody noticing it and just waiting around until taunting at you until it goes away is what usually going to happen. So having a passive moderate damage reduction over a high reduction for a limited amount of time, in my opinion, Flesh Wound is the way to go. Now, the reason why I use Flesh Wound over Bear Trap and Dominion now is because Bear Traps is nerfed in a way that you can only have one at a time on the map. So let's say if I put one on C and I want to put another one on the other back entrance of C. whatever seed will be out in any map. It will take away whatever one I last planted and renew it with the one I just planted. So you can't have a bunch of bear traps on the ground anymore. So it's not that fun to use. It still is an awesome combination if you throw a bear trap down and you throw a flyer flask on the person who got stuck in their bear trap. That's a guaranteed kill, I promise you. And it's a group, oh my god, it's amazing. But these are not going to help you hold it down. If somebody has revenge, you're going to be taking less hits. You just want to have so much more damage reduction as possible. Now that gear stats are different and their perks instead of stats, getting damage reduction and damage increases are pretty nice in this mode. Now going on to the third feat, I use Fury over Tough as Nails and Punch Through. Reason why that is you don't only get a sprint speed to get to zones faster or to backing up your allies faster, but you also get attack and defense greatly increased during the duration of Fury. You'll notice this is active because you'll see yourself kind of with greenish blue teal flames glowing about you. That means you have your attack, your defense, and basically sprint speed. It lasts for a good amount of time. I see myself using it. Like, you can use it as a revenge. Like, you can go in, activate it, use it, fight a group, then you get revenge. By the time that's gone, activate your revenge, and it's still like you got Fury going on for a long time. This will make you a beast for a while against ganks, I promise you. Now, I use that one over Tough as Nails because just like Bulk Up raises max health when unlocked, it's a passive. This barely gives you about a bar and a quarter of health. This on top of Bulk Up might be a nice way to go for attacking as Breach, but as far as Dominion, having more health over other feats like increasing attack and defense, which you can't pick up around the map in Dominion. So again, it's going to make you a beast for defensive or attack. So doing more damage and more attack on top of your deadly and flesh wound that you already have, it's just, think about it, you're going to be hitting hard. And if you've seen some of my gameplay videos that are going to be released, Moments for Honor, you'll see. Now, again, Tough as Nails, we don't have the perk Bulk Up, so this is kind of like, okay, a bar and a half. Think about it, that's maybe saying it's like 15 health. 15 health, you take about 20 to 30 damage, depending on what character you're getting hit from with a 30. So that's no health at all, really. Think about it, that's like a light damage attack, basically more that you're getting added to the Warlord's health. So that's, to me, is my own opinion, not so great. Punch Through now, we're dealing damage on blocked enemies attacks. It's like, my opinion's always been, I don't see myself trying to get comfortable with a skill where I can do damage to blocked attacks, because I don't want to get used to hitting attacks out there that characters are blocking. I want to learn how to open them up. I want to learn how to catch them off guard. That's my opinion. Why not max out for more damage and also gain some defense with sprint on top of it versus just being able to do damage to characters that block? So that's why I use Fury. That's my opinion on those three feats. Last feat I use in Dominion is Fire Flask, and the reason why I use that over Auto Revive and Regenerate is because with Regenerate, you're able to recover your health in any zone, and if characters do have feats that recover their health for you, like the banner with the Warden, etc., you heal off of that as well. But being alive isn't like the main priority in a Dominion match. It's about capturing, defending zones, going out there and preventing the teams from getting points, whatever means necessary. So Regenerate, you're barely going to be alone to be regenerating unless you're just sitting at a zone. And if you are sitting at a zone, you're gaining health anyway. So that renders this feat useless in my opinion. Auto Revive, it was nice. Back in the day, it used to be, if you guys were breaking and let's say Warlord was the last one alive and he had Auto Revive, if somebody didn't execute him, he used to be able to come back to life and you guys would still be breaking. And I used to win matches like that. Like, you could find them in the Moments for Honor playlist. I would come back to life and win the match for us in like elimination and Dominion, etc. for me and my squad when we used to play. But now that what they did is, if you guys are breaking and the Warlord dies, he still will come back to life. You'll see it, but you still will be lost. It'll be victory for the other team, and there's no point. So using this in Dominion, in my opinion, is kind of useless. Like, use the Fire Flask, because with the Fire Flask you can throw it at B and you cover a lot of ground at B with fire damage, and it's preventing the minions from taking over B, as well as preventing some of the other characters from wanting to fight around where the fire has been thrown. You could throw it at mini zones, and If the other team is breaking and they're trying to come back, or they're just grouped up at one zone and they're ganking anybody that goes in there, throw a fire flask on them. Your teammate might get hurt a little bit. I noticed that I got hit by a fire flask from my own teammate, but it doesn't do as much damage to you as it would to the enemies now, which is nice. So yeah, that's my opinion for the Warlord build. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I do have more builds and awesome gameplay coming out for Honor. Again, thank you for taking your time to watch. At the end of this clip, go ahead and click on some more videos here, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.